The PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S have now been on the market for over 5 years, and January 2026 marks the 63rd month since their respective launches. Both consoles debuted in November 2020, with the Xbox Series X and Series S launching globally on November 10th and the PlayStation 5 launching on November 12th in key markets like North America, Japan, and Australia before rolling out globally on November 19th. Over the years, both consoles have had to navigate supply shortages, pandemic related disruptions, and intense competition, yet the sales data consistently shows a clear leader in the market. As of January 2026, the PlayStation 5 has sold an estimated 90.2 million units worldwide, while the Xbox Series X and Series S have combined for approximately 34.29 million units. This means that the PlayStation 5 holds a commanding lead of 55.91 million units, demonstrating the strength of Sony's ecosystem, brand loyalty, and exclusive game library over Microsoft's current generation hardware. In the most recent month, the gap widened by roughly 641,598 units in favor of the PS5, continuing a trend that has been consistent over the past 12 months, where the PlayStation 5 outsold the Xbox Series X and S by 14.86 million units. Breaking down market share, the PlayStation 5 now controls 72.5% of the combined market for these two consoles, which is an increase of 2.9% year over year, where the Xbox Series X and S holds 27.5%, down by the same margin. This data shows not only a consistent lead in total units sold, but also growing momentum relative to Microsoft's offerings. When we put these numbers in historical context and compare them to previous console generations, the PS5 is only about 2.59 million units behind where the PlayStation 4 was at a similar point after launch, a testament to Sony's continued dominance and the enduring appeal of the PlayStation brand. On the other hand, the Xbox Series X and S is trailing further behind, about 13.46 million units behind where the Xbox One stood at the same stage, indicating that Microsoft still has work to do in terms of convincing gamers to adopt its ecosystem at the same pace. Several factors contribute to this ongoing trend. The PlayStation 5 has benefited from a strong lineup of exclusive games with critically acclaimed titles and long-awaited sequels, keeping players invested in the platform. Additionally, Sony's investment in immersive experiences through features like the DualSense controller and PlayStation VR2 support has strengthened its appeal among core gamers. Meanwhile, the Xbox Series X and S has emphasized backward compatibility, Game Pass subscriptions, and cloud gaming, which have certainly attracted a loyal base but haven't yet matched the sales velocity of the PS5. Microsoft's strategy focuses on services and long-term engagement, while Sony has maintained an edge through consistent blockbuster titles and brand recognition that continues to draw new console owners. Looking closer at the numbers, the PlayStation 5's total of 90.2 million units sold in 63 months equates to an average of roughly 1.43 million units sold per month since launch, whereas the Xbox Series X and S's 34.29 million units over the same period averages about 544,000 units per month. This comparison highlights the scale of the PS5's dominance in both monthly and cumulative sales, illustrating why it holds more than two-thirds of the combined market share. It's also worth noting that the PS5 has managed to close in on the PlayStation 4's historical sales trajectory despite the challenges of a global pandemic and intermittent supply chain issues, proving that demand for the platform remains incredibly strong. Conversely, Microsoft's consoles, while technologically impressive and competitively priced in some cases, have not yet translated those advantages into the same level of worldwide adoption, leaving the company with a narrower slice of the market. Another perspective comes from examining regional dynamics. While both Sony and Microsoft have a global presence, the PlayStation brand continues to perform particularly well in markets like Japan, Europe, and North America, whereas the Xbox Series X and S has struggled to match that level of penetration in certain territories, though it sees stronger adoption in regions where Game Pass and digital ecosystems are prioritized. Factors such as game library, marketing campaigns, and partnerships with developers play crucial roles in these outcomes. Looking at the historical alignment of launches, the PS5 has consistently outpaced the Xbox Series X and S, not only in total units sold, but also in sustaining long-term consumer interest, which reinforces the importance of both software and brand loyalty in determining overall sales performance. In terms of the broader market landscape, the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S are competing not only against each other, but also against remaining interest in previous generation consoles and the continued popularity of the Nintendo Switch. While the Switch's sales trajectory has slowed as the hardware matures, both Sony and Microsoft have benefited from capturing consumers who are ready to upgrade to the next generation. For Sony, the combination of exclusive content, design appeal, and marketing strength has enabled the PS5 to maintain a substantial lead, whereas Microsoft continues to leverage Game Pass and backward compatibility as differentiators, hoping to gradually increase adoption over time. In conclusion, the January 2026 snapshot shows the PlayStation 5 clearly in the lead with 90.2 million units sold compared to 34.29 million units for the Xbox Series X and S, representing a 55.91 million unit lead and a 72.5% market share. The gap continues to widen slightly month over month, and the PS5 remains only 2.59 million units behind the PlayStation 4 when aligning launch periods. The Xbox Series X and S, meanwhile, remain behind the Xbox One by 13.46 million units, highlighting the ongoing challenge Microsoft faces in closing the gap. These figures emphasize the importance of exclusive content, hardware innovation, and brand loyalty in driving console sales, and suggest that the PS5's momentum is far from slowing down. As we move further into 2026, it will be fascinating to see whether Microsoft can adjust strategies, release compelling exclusives, or leverage Game Pass to make up ground, or whether the PS5 will continue to dominate for the remainder of the generation. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. And if you want to support the channel, check out my Patreon, where the latest exclusive is a deep dive into every video game featuring Wolverine. Thanks for watching, and as always, game on.